Hi there, welcome to this tutorial on creating a new service with the BaaS extension. In this service we will create a simple hello world and learn how to upload and generate the code using the BaaS extension. The first step is to open Visual Studio Code. If you have already installed and configured the plugin, click on the BaaS login on the bottom right corner. The web page will open asking for entering your credential. Click the sign in and approve the access. And close the page. If you don't have the BaaS extension installed, you can install it by clicking on the extension icon on the left side, searching for BaaS and clicking on the install button. And for the configuration, please refer to the previous video. I'll leave the link in the description below. Once you have selected the BaaS extension, from the Service Explorer panel, you can create a new service. Click on the plus sign and select a folder where you want to save your project. Select the services that you want to create, in this case is REST. Enter the name of the service. And give a description. Select which is the runtime that you want to choose, in this case it's Node.js. And click yes in order to create the service. Move now to the Explorer icon on the left side of the VS Code, and from the menu select Save Workspace. Click again to the BaaS extension, and from the Service Explorer panel select the name of the service and right-click. Select now Open API option and you can see that you have 4 more options. Select Add Existing Open API file. Search for your existing Open API file. And the plugin generated the structure of the services for you. So far so good. Now let's generate the code from the documentation. Select again the service name, right-click, select again Open API, but this time select the option Generate Code from the OpenAPI file. Click on Yes, and the plugin generate the classes needed for the project, for your services. Let's move to the View option, Command Palette, and now select Update Local Runtime Framework. This will update the dependencies of the project for you. Once the local update runtime has been completed, move to the Explorer folder and select the Service folder and click on the implementation class that is generated by the plugin. As you can see here, there are the list of the function that the plugin was able to generate reading the documentation. You need to apply the logic over here, and for the sake of the demo, let's just implement one function here. So let's comment this line and let's add return hello world. And save the file. The next step is to test locally these new services. In order to do that, go to the Run menu and click on the Start Debug, or you can also type F5 if you are more comfortable with that. As you can see here, we get a warning in which we need to start also the web storage. So let's cancel. Let's move to the right side and let's start the Azure Blob Service. Click on there. The Azure Blob Service has started, and now if we go back and start the debug will start correctly. Once the debugger is started, click on the left side to the Thundercloud extension. In this case, we already have a request created. If you don't have, click on Create a New Request and give the URL like this one, which is also showed here in the debugger mode. Click on the Send, and you can see that we get back the response that we have implemented before. Now, the next phase is to deploy the service into the backend. In order to do that, go back again to the BaaS extension, select again the service name, right-click, and this time select Build and Deploy. Click on Yes. And let's wait that the build and debug phase start. This takes a while, so I'll be back soon. Okay, the build and deploy phase is completed, and as you can see on the left side, you have the new name of the services that you have created. The last step that we need to do, we need to check and test these new services in the API gateway. In order to do that, connect to your tenant and go to the API gateway, and in the API suite you should look for the BaaS customer, which is the suite that has been created. Click on there, search for your services. In this case, this is our services, and click on the documentation. And let's test it if it's working. So we have implemented the fast function, if you remember, which is the hello world. Click on there, click on try out and execute, and we should get the same response that we got before when we run a loop. Okay, so far so good. We have documented how to create a new services from scratch, having the OpenAPI 3.x file already created. Otherwise, you have to do that. So this concluded the demo. Please click the bell icon and subscribe. Thank you.